Good morning, everyone. My name is Carla, and you've reached my FlossTube channel, KarlaBeingCrafty, where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but also other crafts that I enjoy and a little bit of life thrown in. Today is Sunday, March 27th, and it is my FlossTube number 134. I want to say welcome to anybody who is finding my channel for the first time. I hope that you like what you see and want to hit like and subscribe and all the things. And if you are a returning viewer, then welcome back. And thank you so much for coming and spending this time with me each week. Whenever I don't do a video, which isn't very often, but it happened not last week, but the week before, I realize how much I miss like all the interaction from you guys during the week. I love when I get notifications that I've gotten comments, and I love going in and reading the comments, and I love watching the numbers of the videos go up and see that, oh, you know, 10 more people watched it today or whatever. I mean, it's silly, but I really enjoy it. So I want to thank you guys for that, for bringing that into my life. So I usually tell you guys the weather here in Southern California. It's been a little bit weird. It was hot last week, like definitely getting into the high 80s. I think we had like a couple days where it hit 90. During the heat of the day, I am inside an air-conditioned building, often too air-conditioned. But when it's hot like that, then my apartment tends to be uncomfortable. It tends to be hot at night, and I have to have my air conditioning on to sleep comfortably. So I really like it when the weather stays a little bit milder. Today it seems it's coming back down again. It was overcast when I started sitting down and preparing for my video this morning, and now the sun is coming out. Definitely the weather's cooler today though, and we have a forecast of 100% chance of rain tomorrow. So I don't know if that means it's going to be like drizzly and sprinkling, or if we're going to have some kind of downpour. I don't know, but the weather's supposed to be only in like the low 60s tomorrow, so definitely that big drop in temperature is going to cause us to have some kind of precipitation tomorrow. But as I said, I'm okay with that. I would be happy if it just stayed that way. So let's see. I hate to get on here. I don't want to get on here every week and tell you guys like I'm not feeling well or I'm not, you know, but I had a weird health thing last night, and so it's top on my mind right now. Like 1 or 1:30 in the morning. You know, I was watching TV. I was kind of getting ready to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I felt awful. It's so hard to even describe how you feel. You just feel awful. And I took my blood sugar because I was recognizing the symptoms, and yes, my blood sugar was in the way too low range. Now this time, because I didn't wake up in the middle of the night and freak out, and I was a little bit more prepared, I was able to manage it. I ate a sugar tablet that are specifically made for that kind of situation, and I had a little bit of protein and something to drink, some water to drink, and kind of just waited it out for 15 minutes, and I took my blood sugar again, and it was back in the normal range. But I felt shaky, you know. I fell asleep not too long after that, but I felt shaky. I woke up this morning and I was like just a little bit wary, like what my blood sugar this morning was totally normal, so that was good. And my stomach has not been acting up this morning, which is another good thing, because last time it happened and I panicked, I drank way too much juice because I was like freaking out. And then the next day I had stomach distress very badly all day, which I think was from the juice. So at least I'm learning. I managed it okay. I still don't know why. Why would I get like a super low blood sugar number for no reason? I mean, I didn't eat weird yesterday. I didn't eat badly or excellent. I just ate I don't know. I don't know what it was. So that is the fun of diabetes and blood sugar issues, because they are very difficult to manage, because it doesn't make any sense. Your body just does weird stuff, and it's affected by everything. It's affected by how well you sleep, what the temperature outside is, your stress levels, you know, everything affects how your blood sugar is going to react. And when you don't have, your body isn't working in the normal way, it's a big pain. So anybody out there who also deals with this, I feel for you. If you've had kind of sort of weird low blood sugar incidents, what did you do? Do you have a way to, I don't even want to say predict it, because I think that's the whole thing about it, is it's not predictable. My blood sugar is pretty well controlled, and with medication and just diet and stuff. And so I don't have like really bad blood sugar numbers. I never, well, when I was diagnosed, it was really high, but then it came down right away as soon as I started medication. And I'm not like on an insulin pump or you know, anything that monitors my blood sugar. I just take my blood sugar a couple times a day, and I do injections and oral. So everything's managed, but it was just really weird last night. So I'm going to take it easy today. Not that that is any different than anything I do on the weekends anyway, but just monitor how I'm feeling, and, you know, and what I'm eating and everything, and everything's fine. I did want to tell you guys, I set another Zoom Stitchy meetup date. So mark your calendars. I have set it for Saturday, April 30th. It's the last Saturday of the month, at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we haven't done one on Saturday morning yet, so I thought that would be fun. I will get up and try and look like a human in time for it. And yeah, so I figured 10 a.m. on Saturday will put us at early afternoon on the other side of this country, and then it should put us in I don't know what time it will be in the Australia type area. 8 hours from that would be like 8 p.m. I think that's in the England type area, Europe area. And then I don't know what Australia is. It's more than that. So I hope it's not like super early morning Sunday or middle of the night or something. If it is, let me know, and I will make a note of it so I can figure out best times for you guys. But anyway, hopefully a good amount of people can meet up with me. So mark your calendars for our next Zoom. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to even mention this last week because it just wasn't on the top of my mind, but I had passed a stitching anniversary. I passed it this month. I started stitching, I've told this story before, I started stitching in March 11th through 13th, something like that. I would have to look back at my records, but when I decided to try out counter cross stitch, because I had been working on a plastic canvas piece for my mom. She had asked me to do it for her, and I was stitching a little bit on this plastic canvas every night before I went to bed, and realized how much I really enjoyed it. And I was doing that in January and February, and I decided, you know, I should try some of these needle art things. So I got a small dimensions needlepoint kit. I had done needlepoint when I was a kid and teen, and knew that I liked it, although I had never finished a project. But I decided to try counter cross stitch as well, because I'd seen other people do it, and I thought, you know, I never liked stamp cross stitch. I thought it was awful, but counter cross stitch seemed to be something that would kind of tap into all of the little things that I like. And so I got a little needlepoint kit and a little counter cross stitch kit, and they arrived from Amazon on, I believe, March 11th, and that's when I started stitching. So yeah, so I passed, and that was in 2019. So 3 years. So I've been stitching for 3 years now. Look where I've come. My apartment is just to the roof full of craft stuff. But yeah, so I find that kind of exciting that I've been stitching for 3 years now. Yeah, I'm really enjoying myself, and I've started these other things, and I've tried several other crafts in there as well. The stitching sticking. This paper craft thing I think might stick around too, but the stitching definitely is, you know, fills my heart. So Okay, I think that that is it. Let me look at my notes. Yes, that is it for all of the preamble. We can get onto the stitching and projects, etc. I have been working on, this is my new project thing, and I'm probably going to talk about this a couple times during the video just because it's on the top of my mind. So I've talked about paper crafting and journaling and making journals. And I think the thing that I've hit on that I really am excited about is making junk journals out of the little golden books. I've seen it on several different channels. I've seen them on Etsy that people sell them. And I like the size of them. I like the idea of it. I have done an altered book that is still a secret project. I actually filmed a video yesterday with a walkthrough of it, but I cannot show it until later in the month because it is a gift. And the idea of the golden books just is really, really, really appealing to me. So I've gotten a lot of supplies for that, and actually I started on that journey yesterday. Now, part of what my idea is with it, because I would say about 10, and I think it might be a little bit less than that, but whatever. I have about 10 people that I have specific books that I want to make for them. And on top of that, I found a really good deal on eBay of a lot of books. So I'm going to end up, I want to say like maybe 50 books that I then will turn into these journals. And what am I going to do with 50 junk journals, right? Hopefully they will all be cute. And then I was thinking like maybe I can find a craft fair or something this fall for the holidays that I can maybe sell them. I can maybe donate them for like raffles and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly. And then I thought maybe if you guys are interested that I might have a couple giveaways on my channel if you guys think that they're worth winning. So I haven't actually like made anything yet. I've just kind of started the process. And what I have in my mind, so the big lot of books hasn't come yet, but I did get a small group of books that are actually more of the ones that are earmarked for specific people. And I've thought about it a lot and kind of like done some preliminary work and watched a bunch of videos, because that's the thing, is there are so many different techniques that people use, and I kind of had to decide, how do I want to make them? So part of the thing, and this almost is weird, part of the thing that's appealing to me about them and what I have in my head is I want to develop just a method. So each one will be unique and unique in its own right, with different papers and different things that are tucked into it, etc. But I want the technique to be pretty down pat so that I could kind of like, I don't want to say churn them out, but so that the creative part, the fun touches at the end I can do, but the basic structure of them all is exactly the same, because then I don't have to think about it. So I watched, as I said, a couple different videos of people who do these, and you know, a little golden book. Let's see. This one is very old. It's a Lady and the Tramp. So there's some people that they completely cut off the spine. There's some people that they open it up. There's 2 signatures in each little golden book. So, and it's stapled. There's 2 staples. So some people cut off here. That's the first thing they do. They just cut it apart. Most people open it in some way and get the signatures out intact. And then the difference is how people treat the spine. Like some people, as I said, cut off this whole thing and create a new spine. Some people, I saw someone who, let me take one. Okay. So here's one that I have started my process on. So I did pry it apart and got the signatures out. So some people, when they get it, like get the staples out of it, then you end up with this book. And I've seen some people who cut this off, as I said. Some people who actually keep it intact and then just change it like this and make the spine like that, which does look cool. But the thing with this is then you have to cut down your pages, and I don't like that idea. But the one that I really liked, the technique that I really liked, was to cut it in half and glue the foil down so that you're keeping the iconic look. And then the spine, now some people, when they put a spine there, the new spine is kind of coming over onto the cover. I don't like that. I want my new spines to just be on the inside so that you still keep this intact. So that's the method that I'm going to be using. And I cut out a bunch of like spines and templates and stuff like that last night. This is a spine in progress with chipboard and lighter weight cardboard. This is actually Kleenex box. And sports tape, which is flexible but fabric, so it'll keep it strong. And then use fabric and make a new spine like this. So I have this whole kind of like system in my head, and I'm really kind of excited about it. And the things that I'm doing, and as I said, I'm kind of doing it by kind of assembly line. So like I've prepared, I think 6 or 7 books so far. I have pried them apart. I have glued down the edge of the foil and took the signatures out in preparation. And then I've prepared the covers. I've put corner thingies. What are these called? Corner protectors? I don't know. I just really like the way they look. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get a bag of those and put the same ones on every book. And then the other thing that I have decided to do is I have gotten a grommet maker, a very inexpensive thing. It was, I think, $12, $13, something like that. So it was just, it's just this little tool, punch a hole on both front and back cover, and then insert a grommet, and so that I will be able to have a ribbon closure on all these books. So that's what I've done so far on about 7 of them. Is I've taken them apart, kind of cleaned the book, glued down the spine, added the corners and the grommets, and then, as I said, I started working on making spines. And so I'll get all the spines put together. Then the next stage will be to put the covers together with the spines and everything. And then I will start working on the signatures and kind of develop how I want to do that as far as how many pages and which folds and stuff. And then once I get that done, then it's more of the decorating and that kind of thing. So I'm actually really kind of excited about this project. I think they're going to be really cute. Now, the one thing that I do have to honestly be careful about is that I get into it and I have to sit here at my work desk, and I have to be careful not to like sit here for too many hours, because then it starts to hurt my body, and I don't realize it until I've been here for too long. You know what I mean? So I have to kind of pace myself. So I'm not in any rush to get this project done. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about all the different steps and everything. I'm excited to show you guys as I go along on the journey. Hopefully you're interested in it. Let me know what you think. You know, this is a crafting channel. It is mostly cross stitch, but it is also crafting. So it doesn't bother me to show you guys other crafting things, because that's part of what I do. So yeah, so I cut chipboard yesterday. I cut out these spines. And now I think I'm going to assemble these today. Oh, and I also made a template. Now, I've showed some of the stuff, some of my paper things that I've done recently, and you guys have asked for demos. And when I get a little bit more prolific, then I would feel comfortable doing a demo. But, you know, these are techniques and things that I'm learning from other people. So I kind of hate to like learn how to do a folding technique from somebody's channel and then come and do a demo, you know, like it was my thing. It's not. So, people ask me about the Turkish Map Folding. I saw that, and a lot of the things that I've shown you guys, I saw that on a channel called Treasure Books. So definitely, if you're interested in any of this paper journal stuff, then go look at that channel, because it's just a wealth of information, and she shows a lot of different techniques and a lot of things that you can do, because you know, you can focus on so many different things. You know, you can make little tiny things, or, you know, big journals, whatever. So anyway, so that's that as far as my journal project, or my journaling project. And I will keep you guys posted on where I am with it. Now, I did do another paper crafting project this week that I wanted to show you. So I showed you last week that little journal that I made for my friend's birthday. And her mom is a very sweet lady. She's been here. She kind of goes back and forth between here and the Philippines. And she's going to be leaving next week. And when I made that thing for my friend, I told her, show your mom. If she's interested, then maybe I'll make something for her before she goes. So her mom is in her 90s. I'm not so sure she's all that interested in like writing in a journal or having a writing type thing. But she really liked the cover that I made, the decoupage cover. And she kind of came back to me. My friend came back to me and said, oh, my mom was saying like this would be really cool on some kind of a box. And what was funny is I had a box here that I have been looking at thinking I should make something out of that. I had a Whitman sampler box that I got around Valentine's Day. You guys all know the yellow iconic Whitman's box. This is the bottom of the box. And I decided when I made this box, I wasn't going to, you know, I didn't do anything to these sides. First of all, because I don't want to interfere with the functioning of the box. And second of all, because it is an iconic box, and I think this is kind of pretty, right? So what I did on the bottom, I put felt in it, and the felt that I had, it doesn't go exactly to the edge, but I didn't think it really mattered. It was more to cover any of the writing, you know, because that I didn't want. I did cover the bottom with a pretty paper. I put corner protectors on both the top and the bottom, because the Whitman's box has this really kind of cool lip. And then I put some feet on it. And then I did my napkin decoupage technique on the top of the box, top and sides. So again, I put the corner protectors, and they kind of are coordinating with the bottom ones. They're not exactly the same. These have like a double bar and these have a single bar, but I thought it still looked good. I took actually the same candy box that I used for my friends, and I put it in the middle here just to add some visual interest. I didn't think it would be really cute with just a whole decoupage top. So I did that. And I think it looks pretty cool. Oh, and then I also put felt in the top of the box, because the top of the Whitman's box has the listing of the candies and stuff. And anyway, so this is for my friend's mom. And I hope she likes it. I mean, if she doesn't like it, she can toss it. You know, no hurt feelings, but she did say she would like a box, a keepsake box, and so hopefully this fits the bill for her. Okay, so that is all of the paper stuff for this week. I think. Yes. So let's get into my stitching that I did this week. I focused a lot on one project, so that means I don't have a ton of whips to show you. I do have a new start. This was a spur of the moment new start. And honestly, what happened was I last Sunday after my video, I got the idea of doing April chart giveaways in honor of my mom's birthday. And I'm going to go over some of them. Well, actually, I'm going to show you them today. I'm not giving anything away until next week, but I'm going to show you all what's in my pile of giveaways here. And when I was going through all my patterns and charts and stuff, I came across this little kit that I had gotten as an intact but open kit of this Little Dimensions needlepoint. And I just pulled out, I'm like, hey, I should just work on this. I should do it. It's sitting in my drawer here, and yeah. So I went ahead and put the flosses, and this is like a DMC floss. I don't know if it actually is DMC, but it is a 6-strand floss, but you use the whole piece for this needlepoint project. And now the thing about needlepoint, and I feel like I can show you the chart because you can't copy it, right? So needlepoint, you'll get these little printed canvases, and then you get the picture that is, you know, the front cover, model stitch, whatever, and then you get this thing, which is like impossible to follow because it'll have all these little tiny sections, and that you're supposed to, you know, and then you look at the picture and it doesn't seem the same. So I'm kind of following it and kind of winging it at the same time, and I'm kind of changing it. Like it has these orange or red stitches. I'm not doing those. I might go back and put some French knots or something with the color if I think that it needs it. I'm just, oh, and it also has green in these wings, which I don't like because the outside's green and I don't know. So I'm leaving that out. I'm just kind of winging it and doing it myself. So I did work on this, and I'm gonna like it. I'm just not exactly following the pattern. I'm kind of following the pattern. Let me see. There. So yeah, so I've got this whole section done, and I think it's cute. And you know, it's something different. There are times when I feel like there are times when I just want to do the cross stitch and I'm totally into it. That's one reason why I like having all kinds of different projects and different cross stitches, and so they fulfill whatever need I'm having at that moment. Okay, oh no, I just dumped out my whole project. This is Sweet William. Reelless. This is the new section. I said it before, but this pattern is one that really, when you're stitching on it, it doesn't look like anything. And then I hold it up in the camera here, and which just gives me like that far away view. And it's like, ooh, those flowers are so pretty. And they look like flowers, right? When I'm looking at them up close, they look like blobs of color. But just the colors in this are just so vibrant. I love it. This really, you know, it makes me happy when I work on this. My very first cross stitch, the one that I just talked about that I started on March 15th or something, because I did the needlepoint first. It was a Reelless kit. It was the Bluebells one that I ended up giving to my mom when she passed. I got it back. It's in my bathroom. I've shown it to you guys. yeah, so I guess I have a little bit of a special place in my heart for Realist flower kits. I have another kit when I finish this one that I have in my stash to eventually start, and there's a couple others that I really like. So, you know, who knows, maybe I'll always have one going, and I say that all the time about everything. But okay, I also worked on Night Creatures. This is one. So Realist, Sweet William is at the top of my list to be a finish this year. Night Creatures is last. Oops, and I left this out. Sorry, I don't want to get that set somewhere other than in the bag. This is another one that is on my short list to be finished this year. Night Creatures by The Gathering Place. This chart was a gift from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She sent it to me. I was supposed to pay for it, but she sent it to me and didn't ask for an invoice after my mom passed away. So it has a special place in my heart. I'm also stitching it with a lot of, I changed colors and I pulled all my own flosses and stuff. And I'm stitching it with a lot of Mystical Diamond Art flosses. Amy, Obsessively Crafty. She is supposed to be starting her monthly thing again. She's supposed to be sending me the flosses to show you guys. I haven't gotten them yet, but she said she's sending them out towards the end of March. So I should get them anytime now, and when I do, I will show them. Someone also asked me, and I think this chart is probably one of the ones that really prompted this question, why I have such big pieces of fabric. And honestly, I don't mind you just keeping the fabric intact while I'm stitching. And I want to make sure that I'm not cutting the fabric too small until I'm there. I mean, I could cut this fabric at this point, but it's also, this piece of fabric is very nicely serged. And so why cut it until I need to? It doesn't hurt to stitch on it intact. It makes it a little bit difficult to hold sometimes, but okay. So let's see. I worked over here. Yeah, so I pulled this down a little bit. This is actually the bottom corner. And I worked some in here, and yeah, so, but yes, this is on my short list of finishes for the year. If I keep it out and being worked on, then I shouldn't have a problem. I have this pod. There's 2 pods here, and then the rest of this bottom, which is full coverage, but I think that I should be able to get this done as a finish this year. I will get this done as a finish this year. Let me put it that way. If I do not work on it more steadily, then it will be in my November push to a finish thing, and I will get it done. But I think I can get it done even before that. I will work on this definitely in May as part of my Cat Mania. And so it will get some love then too. Although, of course, so my whole idea with Cat Mania, and I know that the Facebook group, the Stitch Mania Facebook group does not exist anymore, but I started the whole Cat Mania thing last year, and I like it. There was also a whole big thing about not saying the word mania because it was not PC or something because of people who are manic depressive, and it's like, I thought about it, and it's like, I don't agree with that. Some people start saying mayhem instead of mania. I don't think that it is, at least in my opinion, I don't think it's insulting to use the word mania when you're using it as the definition of the word. And mania is an obsession with something. It's whether it's a healthy or unhealthy, a mania is an obsession with something. So Cat Mania, yes, I am obsessed with my cat and cats and cross stitch, and so I think it fits. And my mother was bipolar. I know what mania is when it manifests itself in a person like that. I don't think she would have been insulted by using that term for something like this, and I can only go with my experience and my opinion on that. So I will continue to do a Cat Mania in May, because it's a pun as well. And what that means for me is I pick just maybe a few more projects than I normally pick for every month's theme, but they all have to do with cats. So, okay. And then my other whip, which is the one that I worked on, I think 3 times last week, because I was determined, and I left my needles on. Oh, gee. I was determined to get through the diagonal. So I did. I finished the diagonal this week. Is Catnap Fae by Nadia Tate. And this is a Heaven and Earth Designs quick stitch. And on top of it being quick stitch, I'm not stitching the background. So this is another one. I think I can get a finish on this year. It's not that close to being finished, but I feel like there's enough of it done that I think I could. I think I could get a finish on this year if I stitch on it fairly steadily. And as I said, if it gets set aside for a couple months because I'm focusing on other projects, it will come out during my end of the year, November, December push for finishes. But you can definitely see the wing now and the beginnings of her wing. So I really like her, which is good because I have at least 6 other Nadia Tate Faes, all with kitties, to do eventually. So that was my stitching this week. Okay, so I have just a tiny bit of haul to show you. I have told you that I ordered some more felt bags. This is the last grouping of felt bags that I've ordered, so I don't need any more for sure, and so I'm done with that for a while. So these are the ones I told you. I haven't even taken them out of the plastic yet. Sorry about the crinkly if you are one of those people that it bothers. I like it. So okay. All right, so I got 3 in this set. Again, these things are very cost effective. I always use 10, somewhere between $10 to $20, but they end up being around $5 each for these types of bags. So I haven't used these yet. I don't know if they're going to work better or worse than the snap ones for cross stitch projects, but these have an elastic and then this. So I got the green, orange, and blue came in this set. And then they're all gray on the back. But I really like the weight and stuff of these types of bags. So I am enjoying them, and they're working really well for me. These are working really well too. These are the ones that are more burlappy. But there's something about this type of bag and the stiffness of it that they stack really well for me, and they're easy to manipulate in and out of my open storage here. Oh, and then the other little piece of haul that I have is I got another printed fabric. Where is it? Yeah. I've also ordered, I went on Dove Stitch and I ordered 4 more printed fabrics. and I ordered 3 more Bewitching Pixies because I'm really into this idea of stitching the Bewitching Pixies on printed fabric. So I got several different ones, and we'll have to see. Maybe I'll do a whole extra video on the printed fabrics and the Bewitching Pixies, and you know. Anyway, so this one was from Fiberlicious Yummy Fiber Company. Yeah, and it's called Moonlight. I got it in a 16 count Aida. I believe I've gotten all of my printed fabrics in 16 count Aida. The 16 count seems to work pretty well with the simpler memorabilias, the Bewitching Pixies. There is beading on them, but not a ton. It all fits fine. So this is the piece of Moonlight. As you can see, it's got the moon, but it's also got, I don't know, leaves, branches, just little kind of stuff. So I don't know which one I would put on here yet. I mean, that's part of what I need to go through and figure out. I think the 2 that I have that I've shown you, that I will end up showing you again when I go through all these fabrics and charts when I get them all. I don't think that the 2 I have I'm going to put on the fabrics that I've already shown you. I think that they're going to go on some of the new fabrics, and some of the Bewitching Pixies that I've ordered are going to go on the ones I've shown you, but we'll get all into that when the time comes. When those things are all here, then I'll show them all to you. So that was basically my haul. Plus, as I said, I've gotten a bunch of supplies for the little golden books, glues, and some embellishment stuff. And I did buy this chipboard because this isn't something that I really have access to unless I buy it. The other cardboard that I'm using, that's going to be all found, as I said, Kleenex. This is my template for the holes for the signatures to be sewn in. I did get a couple tools that actually have been really helpful. I got a what is this called? Scoring board. I got just a little one. It was not very expensive at all, and I'm really glad I did, because it really made, you know, marking these so that it would fold properly. I don't think I could have done it without this. It wouldn't have been a neat fold, and you know, and then you're gonna lose strength. So this was a good buy. And it has, I didn't even know it came with this, it has places to score and make envelopes on the back, so you can make envelopes out of a plain, you know, piece of paper. So that, I think, was a good purchase. As I said, I purchased the Grommet Tool. Let me see if it's near. Is this it? And I got some corners, but and this is, I already had this because I have jewelry making tools. So this is a squisher for, that's the technical term, a squisher for the corners, so that you can, it basically is like a pliers that you can press, but it doesn't make any marks because it's covered. That's a jewelry making thing that I already had. So this is the Grommet Tool. And so as you can see, it's just a little thing, and it's not hard to use at all. After like the 7th book, yeah, it was hurting my hand a little bit, so it's not something, I don't think I could do like 100 of them in a day or something like that. But there's 2 sections, and there's a little pin in here, so I'm not going to take it out, that opens it up. But basically, you punch the hole by putting your paper or your leather. I mean, when they sell these, they're showing it for like belts and leather and stuff like that. But you put whatever you're punching in this section and punch it. And then when you put your grommet pieces, so it came with colored grommets, so you put your grommets, and then you put a little washer that it came with on the back, and then you put that in this section and just squish it down. It's very similar to like the snap kit that I have. Yeah, so I mean, I could link, or I could tell you, I'm not going to link it in the description because my description is pretty full. If you guys want specifics, like which piece, which thing did I get, I could definitely give it to you. But basically, I just do searches on Amazon and pick one that's in the price range that I think is reasonable, and then, you know, that has good reviews. And I'm really happy with that. And again, it was like $12 to $15. It wasn't expensive at all. Oops. Of course, I have it in a bag that has a bag zipper. Okay, so I got all my little tools together. Okay, so yeah, so that was like my haul was basically supplies, and I got some more ribbons and things and scrap kind of stuff. Okay, so next little thing I want to talk about is plans for April. I've said before, I'm going to be having a friends and family theme for April, which means that I tend to work on things that are either for somebody in my life that I care about, or that are in honor of or in tribute to. So I have the blue jay that I'm making for my friend Tracy. I have the Cuddles and Coffee piece that I'm making for my sister Stacy. I have the Star Trek piece that I'm making for my brother Aaron. And then I have several pieces that are in honor of my dad. I have the tribute piece that I'm doing for my mom, which I would really like to get done. So that may be a focus piece, although it is a little bit emotional for me to work on. And then I decided I'm going to start 2 new projects. Yes, 2, not just 1. 2 new projects in April. One is Bianca Bella, which I've shown you guys. Another Mirabilia, because I've just been loving doing them this year. Again, I mean, Bianca Bella, she's Snow White. She's an interpretation of Snow White. This picture, it just reminds me of my mother. As I said, I had, and I don't know if I still have it. I hope someday I can find it in my mess of an apartment. I'm afraid it's tucked away somewhere, but I hope I have it. My mom's high school picture. She's wearing, you know, she was in high school, what, in the 50s? Yeah, in the 50s. And so you've seen pictures from that era when high school pictures they're always wearing these off the shoulder, you know, they all wore the same off the shoulder thing. My mom had a very like kind of Jackie O hairstyle, the very dark hair like this, and the off the shoulder thing. It's a tinted picture, and it's exactly this blue color. So this picture this chart just makes me think of my mom. So I want to do it. I'm going to do it on this hand-dyed Rolanda purple gorgeousness. And yeah, so I'm going to start that one. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you about it, and I don't know, it went out of my head. So, and then I decided that I'm going to go ahead and start the little Snapdragon, because A, he's cute. Why wouldn't I want to start him? But B, because I think one of the reasons that I really like him, aside from the fact that he's just adorable, is the idea of the Snapdragons, because I have this very strong memory of being in my grandfather's garden. This was my mom's dad, and he died when I was in 4th grade. So, gosh, probably I'm going to say 72, something like that. My dad died in 1976, and I know my grandpa died like several years before that. yeah, so I'm going to say 70, 72, something like that is when he passed away. But he had a garden that he enjoyed, and I used to go out and play with the snapdragons all the time. So, I mean, I'm assuming you guys have seen snapdragons. The little flowers have like these little faces, and you can squish them in the little dragon faces, like, you know, like their little mouths. Looks like little dragon mouths open. And I used to play with them all the time when I would go out in the garden. And so this just makes me think of my grandfather. You know, a nice memory of my grandpa Jack. So this is going to be Jack, the littlest snapdragon. And yeah, so I haven't like put together, I pulled the flosses that I had and I ordered the rest from 123 Stitch, so they should be here probably this week. And then I'm going to do it on this again, hand April Rolanda fabric. This is an 18 count Opal Aida, and I just thought that this would be pretty because it's like none of the colors are all blues and purples, purples and greens, and I thought that that would look really nice on the pink and white background. So I feel like the fabric's getting just a tiny bit like washed out, but anyway, so that's what I'm going to do it on. And I think it's going to be really cute. And yeah, so that's my plans for April as far as stitching. And the other thing that I had mentioned that I want to do in April is because April 18th was my mom's birthday. So in honor of her birthday, I want to give away charts. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away charts every week. And I'll just kind of pull randomly from this pile. And yeah, so we'll do a giveaway of maybe 4 or 5, however many charts I have here. We'll give them away every week. So I'm not giving you codes or anything like that to say this week I just want to show you what I'm going to give away. So if you like any of them, then you know, you'll come back and watch. So some of these are things I've stitched, and some are things that I just pulled from my stash that I decided that need to go to a home other than mine because I'm not going to give them the love that they need. So the first one is actually, as I said, this was my very first cross stitch that I stitched. It is a Riola's, it was a Riola's kit, so obviously I don't have the kit flosses anymore. And so I have the colored chart. It does have a little bit of highlighting on it, but not much. And I don't think I still have any of the flosses, or if I have, they were used. But I will look through my stuff and see if I have any that I could give to at least be like color guides. But anyway, this is really, I think it was adorable. You know, this was cut down, you know, and again, it's a used chart. If you don't want it, you don't have to enter for it, but that's the first thing. I'm going to be passing on this chart that I just completed of Country Cottage Needleworks Be Virtues. So that's the one that I just finished last month. This is actually a Jewish chart, I guess. Anyway, it's a Wedding Vow Chart in Hebrew, with Hebrew. And it's really pretty, but it's just not something that I have any need to stitch now. Now this one, I really like this when I got it. I had the idea of getting the whole series here. I only got one. And I realized that I'm not going to stitch this. I'm not going to order other ones from the series. And these things are bigger than I thought. I've seen them stitched. Gail Gail Phillips has stitched a couple, and she has them hanging, or she did have them hanging during her videos, and they're big. On 28 count, these would be almost 12 inches, 12 by 12. That's big. I don't know why. They look like they're just these little things, but they would only be, like, even on 40 count, which I don't even work on. I do work on 20 count Aida, so I guess that's the same thing, but they'd still be 8 inches, 8 by 8. I mean, these are big charts. But anyway, this is Stitch Sing for Joy. It's one of the Songbirds Garden series from Cottage Garden Samplings. It's gorgeous. It's got the cone flowers, and it says Joy. I love it. I love it, love it. I just don't think I'm ever going to get to it. So I want to pass it on to somebody who loves it too. This, I think I got this because I felt like I didn't have enough like patriotic patterns, and then I realized, you know, I don't really stitch that. I'm not a big sampler person, and this is like adorable, but I'm not going to get to it. So this is called 4th of July in a Jar by Romy's Creations and Dames of the Needle. Oh, I hope I wasn't just showing you the pattern this whole time. But that's going to be in there. I am really just not kind of like a primitive stitcher at all. Okay, then I have this Lizzie Kate chart, Cat Lovers. It has 2 patterns in it. I Love My Cat and What Bird. Again, super, super cute. I have several of this type of super cute pattern. So that's going to be going to a new home. I also have this one from the trilogy called Cat Treat. This chart from Amy Brucken Designs is Hello Saturday, I Love You. I know Tech Guide and Hive, Kia B's husband, stitched this, I think last year. I think he changed it though to Friday. He changed something, but I think this is the chart he was stitching. Okay. I have this is a Renko Originals elephant. I collect elephants. I've never stitched one. I ordered this like really early in my cross stitch journey, and you know, I don't really, I'll be honest, I don't love it. So if I don't love it, I'm not going to stitch it. So this is the whole chart and everything that came with it. It has some, I think there's a floss cards or something in here. But anyway, that one is going to be in our giveaways. This one was given to me by a friend, a viewer friend, when I started doing the counted canvas stuff, because she thought I would like it with the counted canvas idea, and I do like it. It's really cute, but you know, it's a tea thing, and I don't think I'm gonna get to it, and so I would rather pass it on to somebody who would love it. I think this might be from Bonnie, but and I do appreciate so much getting these things. But again, I have so much stuff. I need to weed out stuff that is not hitting my heart as much and pass them on to somebody that will love them. So this is called Tea Lover's Heart. Okay, this, I have no idea where I got this one. I really don't. But it's really cute. It's called Sport Babies Ballet Girls. Somebody must have given this to me. How cute is she? Okay, autumn leaves. Now, my counted canvas pieces that the charts that I finish are going to Julie from Julie from Stitching at the Cabin. She and I have a little exchange going on. However, I know she stitched this one, so there's no point in me giving it to her, so it's going to go to one of you guys. So this is Autumn Leaves. and you've seen it on my channel. It's gorgeous, stitched up. I love counting canvas, you guys know that, so there's that chart. Okay, this little booklet, Personally Yours. This is from, do we have a year on here? Copyright year. I don't see it. It looks like it's a little dated. I bought this because I wanted the opportunity to maybe stitch a cheerleader, and it has a cheerleader on it for Reagan. But you know what? It's not really my style, but it is cute, and it's got every little occupation and sport thing on here that you can imagine. So I'm going to be passing that one along. This pattern is a Raise the Roof. I thought it was cute. Then I kind of went, well, but it's kind of more of a, like, for somebody who's in a relationship. What side of the bed? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's like, but you know what? I can only get out of one side of my bed anyway because there only is one side. But it's really cute. And so I'm going to pass that one along. Okay, and then the next 4 are the things that I got in the mystery bag thing that I got from, was it Fire Poppies? I know I'm not remembering, but you guys saw I unbagged it on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and it came with like 4 Christmassy patterns, so those are gonna be passed along. On Point Country Christmas Snowman gift. On Point Country Christmas Santa sack. It's another Christmas. Jolly Claus and Merry Mrs. Claus. These are really cute. And this is from Stitching with the Housewives. And then this one is by Bobby G Design, Southwest Sun. Very pretty. It's just not my style. Okay. This, I bought this because I thought these blue flowers were really, really, really pretty. But I'm just not going to stitch it. I'm just not. So a welcome sign, and it's really pretty. This is Lion of Judah. I got this as a kit from eBay with all of the everything. Obviously I'm not sending it to you guys as a kit, it's just the chart with the instructions. It's kind of a little booklet. It's a counted canvas. You do it on needlepoint canvas. You do need some specialty threads in here, but I don't think any of them will be too difficult to either get or replace. The blue is silk. Actually, it's all silk, and then like Kreinik stuff. So this is my first lion that I stitched during in August, and he's beautiful. I've shown him to you guys. But if you like him and want to dabble in count canvas, he would be a good choice. And then this is a little kit that I got. I think I got in a mystery kit bag from eBay, and this was in here, and I was going to do it because it's cute. It's got this little, it's got eBay stickers on it. Hold on. Okay. And it's got a Hobby Lobby price tag of $18. Don't know when. But anyway, So this is a DMC kit. So it actually comes with, so here it is. It's called Home. I think it's really cute, actually. So you don't stitch everything. It's got this printed fabric. And so it comes with the printed fabric, 3 flosses, and then what do you actually stitch? So you stitch stuff around, you stitch stuff on the house. Maybe you put a I don't know. You stitch like, it comes with the 3 flosses, the blue, beige, and red. So the blue, beige, and red things are what you're stitching around this printed thing. So anyway, that will be in the giveaway as well. And then this giveaway actually is going to Julie from Stitching in the Cabin. So these are all my giveaways. If I go through and I find a couple others, then I will put them in here. And we will start doing that, I guess, next week, because next week will already be April, and we'll start doing this in honor of my mom. So happy birthday to my mom next month. Happy birthday in heaven, and we will give away some charts. Okay, and I think that's it. I think that's everything that I had to share with you this week. What did I do with my notes? Oh, here. I'm asking you guys like you're gonna tell me. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good last week of March and going into April, and I hope everybody's getting the weather they want, etc., etc. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, keep crafting, you know, get all those creative juices flowing. We need creativity in the world. And until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind. Oh, you know what I have to tell you guys? Before I do that tag, I thought this was really cool. So I posted last week, I posted a Cat Lady box unboxing. I know there's only a handful of you guys that like to watch them, and that is fine. I'm doing them because I enjoy them and just to share with those of you out there who like it. But I got a comment on it yesterday, I think, from the Cat Lady box people. It was actually the Cat Lady box that commented on my Cat Lady box unboxing video. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, that made me a little bit like excited. I don't know why, but it did. Okay, so back to my tag. And my tag is, until I see you again, please remember to be content, be kind, and be crafty. Bye, everybody.